Hey guys, this is George from Garden Knox. Welcome back to my channel. Now this video has been about 5 months in the making. I'm going to show you how to grow a croton plant from seed using 4 different methods. So out of the 4 methods that I'm going to show you, some worked and some didn't. Let's get into it and you can find out more. So after doing some research online, I saw there are a couple of different methods that people use to apparently germinate these croton seeds. So I decided on splitting my seeds up into 4 groups and trying 4 different methods. The first method would be just growing the seeds without popping them from the seed pod and just putting them in straight into soil. The second method would be popping the seeds and putting them in soil. The third method would be popping the seeds and soaking them in warm water for 30 minutes. And then the fourth method would be not popping the seeds and soaking them for 30 minutes in warm water. So the next step is just to prepare the seedling trays. I'm going to use my mini greenhouse for this project, and I'll need 4 rows of seedling trays with 4 pots in each row. To plant the seeds, I'm going to push them roughly a centimetre deep into the potting mix, and I will just make sure that the soil is all firm and press down on it just to make sure the seeds are covered and everything's nice and firm. Next, we just got to give the seeds a really good water. I'm just going to do this slowly just to make sure the water gets soaked in, and I'll probably do 2 passes with this water just to make sure they get really soaked, just to start off the germination process nicely. Once watered, give them a real good pat down, nothing too hard but just firm enough just to secure the seeds in place. Now I'm just going to drain away this excess water. Then I'm going to put the lid on to my mini greenhouse and close the vents up. And what this will do is just help keep the moisture in the greenhouse and hopefully encourage more of the seeds to germinate. Here's a quick video from 4 days after that, after putting the lid on. I ended up opening the vents up because it was looking very wet inside, and I didn't think it needed to be as wet, but you can see it's doing its job. So 1 month later, I'm just going to check on the progress of these seeds. It doesn't look like anything's growing, so I'm pretty confident I can tip these out. First up was the not popped and the soaked seeds, and none of these seeds showed any signs of growth. I did read online that you don't pop the seeds by some blogger, but I saw 0 growth, and I really doubt that that would actually work. Second up would be the seeds that were popped and were soaked, and you can see already that there was a little bit of growth shown here. So definitely popping the seeds helps the seed, allows the seed to grow roots. So I'm going to just fill this pot back up, put the seeds back in very gently, and hope that it carries on growing. Third up will be the seeds that were popped and not soaked, and I was about to tip these out, but luckily I noticed just beforehand that there was actually some signs of growth coming out the top. You can see a couple of, well, 2 green shoots out of the 4 containers. So the final pot to check would be the seeds that weren't popped and weren't soaked. I was assuming that none of these were going to show any growth after the first lot of not popped seeds showed no growth, but you can see here there is one that did show a little bit of growth and a second one that showed just very little growth. So I'm going to plant those again, and hopefully they don't mind me disturbing them and they will continue growing. So 3 months later since I planted the seeds, and you can see the progress now. Only one row has successfully grown anything, and that's the row that was the pop seeds that weren't soaked in the warm water. So these little seedlings, they're getting a bit big for these little pots. So today I'm going to transfer them into some larger pots just so they can continue growing and developing their roots and becoming bigger and happier, healthier croton plants. So 6 months after being planted, here are the popped croton seeds, the only seeds that grew. All of the other ones failed or didn't grow that fast and were binned. Popping your croton seeds before planting And not soaking water is by far the best way to grow and germinate your croton seeds. Well, there you go, guys. That was 5 months to make that video, from planting the seeds to that final bit of footage of the plants in their current state. I hope you've found this video informative and educational and interesting. And if you did, if you could give us a like, that'd be appreciated. Until next time, all the best and happy gardening. Thank you.